Hello, people. Do you ever wonder what it means to live with intention? Sometimes when we first start our spiritual journey, our awakening, especially when we're going through the dark times, because let's face it, those are not easy, you'll find a lot of spiritual coaches and a lot of gurus, whatnot, what have you, will encourage you to be selfish. And I really wish we'd had a different word for it than selfish, because you're not really being selfish. What you're doing is you're choosing you. And in the beginning, it's really important. I can't express how utterly important it really is. So that is one way of living with intention. Choosing yourself, meaning it doesn't matter if other people approve of what you're doing it for yourself. It doesn't matter if people understand what you're doing, because you're doing it for yourself. And that's really important, because we grow up in this program, this system that makes you feel like it's wrong to choose yourself, and to deprogram so much of what we are grown up believing is true requires us to become selfish. Again, I wish I had a different word for it. Maybe somebody can help me out and give me one. There has to be a better word because it's not selfish. What you're doing is you're making the choice to let go of what other people want you to do and want you to be, so that you can find yourself. And that's really important. Now, if you have gone through your dark period already, or one of them, I had multiple. I realized today I had 16-year cycles. When I was 16 is when I left home and I ran away and tried to find my own identity. And then 16 years later after that, I had somewhat of a spiritual awakening when I was pregnant with my second child. Meditation for me when I was pregnant with him was extremely amazing. Whatever or whoever he is in the other realms before he chose to come to Earth, he's intense, and it was magic. So I really appreciated that. And now, 16 years further down the road, at 42, I can tell you that it's happening. It happened again this past, New Year-ish, somewhere around New Year. I don't know. Doesn't matter. Time's irrelevant. Time doesn't exist. But yeah, so if you've gone through at least one of your dark times and you are more aware of your emotions, you are more conscious of what, your energies are and what you're putting out, what you're receiving. Now it's a different kind of living consciously. Now you need to practice not just choosing yourself, but you need to practice choosing what energies you're willing to put out around you. You need to alchemize as much as you can. Practice that. It takes practice. It's like any muscle, okay? Just takes practice. So alchemize what you can. There's different ways you can do that. A great one is looking up how to use your solar plexus chakra as a furnace. Also, just body movement, dancing, singing, exercise, laughter. There's lots of ways you can alchemize energies. So find what works for you. I kind of do a little bit of everything. Depends on how intense it is. And you can also find ways to protect yourself as well. But the reality of it is it's a lot easier, in my personal experience, instead of worrying about protecting myself, is acknowledging that all energy is just energy, and all energy can channel through me. A great way for me to release anything I don't feel like alchemizing is to give it to Mother. She doesn't care. She can use it all. So whether it's bad or good, she'll take all of it and she'll use it for what she needs. Because there's no such thing as bad or good energy, right? It's just energy. So let's stop it with the negative energy and the positive energy. Unless you're thinking about it in scientific terms, right? Like negative and ions and protons and all, whatever. However you want to view it, that's fine, as long as you're just seeing it as energy and not giving it some kind of a context that doesn't apply to it. That's a man-made context. So, right? Good, bad, evil, blah, blah, blah. That's man-made crap. Not real. I know, you're like, Jessica, it's real. No, it's not. Anyways, So if you can do that practice. It's a muscle, because the energy you want to put back out is the energy you want to get back, right? It's that whole saying, you get what you give, or treat others how you want to be treated, blah, blah, blah. It's a big deal, right? Things even as like keeping secrets that can harm other people, can bring back bad energy your way. Lying, deceiving, anything that you think is not a big deal can actually come back to bite you. So careful what energies you put out. And that is one way of living consciously. And the other way of living consciously is, I know in the beginning of our journey, people are like, oh, don't care what other people think. And that's important, like I said. But now you need to start caring how you affect other people. The whole point of all of us evolving and becoming more aware and connecting with the energies and Mother and the other entities, including the ones that we can't even see that are going to maybe come visit us from space. The whole point of connecting and doing all of this is so that we can share our journeys with each other. And that means we have to be aware of how our words, how our energies, how our actions affect other people. Because now we are living at a higher vibration than other people who are unaware. And now we have a responsibility to use our energy properly in a way that's going to encourage more people to go within and find their own power. If we don't do this, if we don't start setting examples, if we don't show people how to live with intention, conscious and conscientious intention. My tongue does not like that word. Anyways, if we don't start doing that and showing people that we can care, then people won't really understand why they're bothering, right? The whole point is to find love. The whole point is to feel love, to know you are love. And we need to live within that. We need to embody it. It doesn't mean we don't have boundaries. It does not mean that we let people walk all over us or treat us like crap or whatever. Have your boundaries. Make sure they're set in stone. Make sure they're healthy. Make sure they are keeping you true to yourself so that you aren't sacrificing yourself for the benefit of other people. That's not the point. The point, though, is that you need to understand that too much of this world feels like nobody cares. Too much of it. Too much of it feels like there is no love to be found. People will rob and steal and cheat and lie. Little kids feel like there's no hope, and they will do whatever they have to survive. I mean, there's things I've done, my past life before I realized who I was that I'm not necessarily proud of, but I did it to survive. And I'm not ashamed of it. I can't really brag about it because I don't think I'd want anyone else to do it, but I'm not ashamed of it because that's what I did to survive. And that's what everyone else is doing too. So we have to live and lead by example. So if you've had an awakening and you've gone through your dark period and you're becoming more aware of your emotions, of the energies you put out, the energies you receive, when you are capable, when you are able, not before, okay? It's not your job to do anything until you're ready. And you'll know when you're ready. It won't feel like work. It'll feel a lot more like stretching a muscle. And it'll get easier the more you do it. But it shouldn't feel painful to live with intention and conscientiousness. And that way we can start showing the world there is heart, there is hope, that people do care. Because I care. I definitely care how people feel. I'm not responsible for how they feel, and I'm not going to sacrifice myself to make them feel better. But on the same hand, I'm not going to add to their burdens. And if an opportunity strikes where it doesn't hurt me to help them, I'm going to do that too. Because why not? That's what the world needs. As Louis Armstrong said, what the world needs now is love. And I totally agree. So I hope everyone starts setting that attention, especially with the planetary alignment coming tomorrow. By the way, look up the alchemy behind the planets. It's pretty cool, okay? And look up how they're connected to the different dimensions. It's super cool. Anyways, a lot of fun. And I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. I am. It is like so warm. Man, I love it. Anyways, bye guys.